Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is what happened in Hawaii. I found something out that really pissed me off. And, you know, I'm being honest with you right now. Because after speaking to quite a few people about this, you know, about man-made and stuff like that, I was just like, oh my God, now I know why. This makes sense. You know what I mean? So now that the fires are mostly out and the dust is beginning to settle, I have an important question that I need an answer to. Why did the emergency sirens in and around Lahaina not go off prior to the disaster reaching city limits so more residents and visitors could escape in time? How come? It's just a question. I think it's a rational and a logical question that I need an answer to. The sirens, which were installed specifically for the purpose of warning people about natural disasters and other threats coming their way, never went off as intended. How come? So Hawaii Governor Josh Green, in response to media questions about this issue, said, "I authorized a comprehensive review this morning just to make sure that we know exactly what happened and when." Did you? Not satisfied with that answer, man. Sorry. So his response is underwhelming, and it's typical, and will not likely produce a truthful finding. So strangely enough, the ugly scenes in and around Lahaina look eerily similar to past directed energy weapons. I'll just say that. Like Mountain Dew. In California and elsewhere, with cars that are burnt up to a gray powder crisp, while other plastic hubcaps and other components remain intact. It's just strange. Just saying. So, is there more to these wildfire stories than MSM is letting on? Of course there is. Hello, that's why you have people like me that dig. Will we ever know the full truth about what happened there and why? And more importantly, why did the region's emergency warning system conveniently fail at a time when it was most needed? I need a drink. Lemonade, I swear. So, as of now, officials have failed to explain in detail which notifications were sent out and to whom. It remains unclear how many people received any warning at all and whether those warnings came via text, phone call, or email. I know that you guys know I live in Tampa Bay, Florida. When we have any kind of anything, everyone's phones in the house is going, meh, 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 meh. If it's a tropical storm, it's a hurricane, tornado, anything. Everybody's phones are going, it's crazy. All right? So you mean to tell me that not one person living on that island received anything? Nothing? BS. One would think that these details should be as easily explicable as a system is designed to function a certain way on command. I mean, boom, hit the button, enter, done. Everybody's phones go off. If the system failed in this instance, then people need to know why and who is at fault so accountability can occur. So Green, he promised, we'll do what we can to find out to protect our people going forward. Shut up. Green said multiple factors appear to have contributed to the system's failure, including downed communication lines and firemen concentrating on their efforts on major wildfires at the time when the greatest threat to Lahaina appeared. So now you're going to blame the firemen? You're going to blame the first responders? The ones who tried to save your life? Bruh. Sit down and shut up. So the fire's travel speed made it nearly impossible for frontline responders to communicate with emergency management officials, from whom would typically come real-time evacuation orders. And that was said by Maui County Fire Chief Bradford Ventura. He said they were basically self-evacuating with fairly little notice. So if the fire chief is saying that, I believe him more than I believe the governor. All right. So County Mayor Richard Bisson, whatever, B-I-S-S-E-N, said he has no clue whether the sirens went off, adding that he thinks this was an impossible situation. My God. Does nobody is everybody's head, I'm just saying. So some witnesses told the media that they indeed had very little advance notice when the blaze suddenly appeared, seemingly out of nowhere. Many of them had minutes to safely escape, with some having to leap into the Pacific Ocean for protection. Just the thought of that makes my heart literally jump. I can't. This is a nightmare scenario. A fast-moving fire in a densely populated place with difficult communications and not a lot of good options in terms of evacuations. If you were to ever come to Tampa, we actually have signs. Evacuation route, evacuation route, evacuation route, evacuation, all over the place. You don't have one evacuation route sign on your roadways in Maui? Y'all are doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. So, I may have the answer to why the sirens didn't go off. Call me a conspiracy theorist, call me whatever you want. But this is what makes sense to me, at least. On Monday, Hawaii's Democratic Governor, Josh Green, announced that his administration is actively considering acquiring properties in Lahaina that have been devastated by recent wildfires. Take a listen.
The question is around maintaining the aina that has been devastated and ensuring that that stays with local people.
Yes, so I appreciate that. That's very important to us. So I've actually reached out to our Attorney General to explore options to do a moratorium on any sales of properties that have been damaged or destroyed. Moreover, I would caution people that it's going to be a very long time before any growth or housing can be built, and so you will be pretty poorly informed if you try to steal land from our people and then build here. In discussions last night amongst colleagues of mine, people I trust, we're hopeful to create a memorial for the people in the state of Hawaii in this site.
Now, there's been a total of 99 losses, fatalities, that were recorded as a result of the wildfires that occurred in Maui. Concerns have been raised among officials regarding the potential increase of the death toll, as just 25% of the burned area has been searched thus far. Local residents, they're grappling with not only the loss of homes and loved ones, but the unsettling attention of developers looking to capitalize on their tragedy. Do I have to say that again? Developers. Capitalize. Okay? So, a particularly distressing account of one woman, her name is Tammy, whose home of 20 years was reduced to ashes. Last week, or less than a week ago, I should say, after the catastrophic event, she received a Facebook message. This is what kills me right here. She received a Facebook message from someone in real estate. Tammy, along with other residents, had been warned via social media that developers might try to buy their land, and so she ignored the message. Rightfully so. It's like a scammer. You know, did you ever get one of those phone calls and it says scam or what? Okay. You don't answer the phone, right? Well, you wouldn't answer this message from somebody you don't know. Another resident, his name is John, on the island, of more than 40 years, and an employee for Marriott in West Maui, summed up the local sentiment against large corporations or wealthy individuals trying to buy up the land. He said the government should just say, no, you're not allowed to develop. Just say no, flat out, no. So Governor Green vowed to protect the land from foreign buyers looking to exploit the situation. I don't think so. I think his pockets have already been lined. So Green expressed his determination to prevent this tragedy from becoming a mere memory or a chance for foreign investors to capitalize on the misfortune of others. Liar. He said, I'm already thinking of ways for the state to acquire the land so we can put it into workforce housing, to put it back into families, or to make open spaces in perpetuity for as a memorial for the people who were lost. No, you're not. He said, we want this to be something we remember after the pain passes as a magic place. Lahana will rebuild. The tragedy right now is the loss of life. The buildings will be rebuilt over time. Even the banyan tree may survive. But we don't want this to become a clear space where then people from overseas just come and decide they're going to take it. The state will take it and preserve it first. The state's going to take the land. That's why this happened. And I don't care what anybody else says. He said, so I've reached out to our Attorney General to explore options to do a moratorium on any sales of properties that have been damaged or destroyed. Moreover, I would caution people that it's going to be a very long time before any growth or housing can be built. So you will be pretty poorly informed if you try to steal land from our people and then build here. In discussions last night amongst colleagues of mine, people I trust were hopeful to create a memorial for the people in the state of Hawaii in this site. So here's something else. I received this email from a community member, and she said, if we even need more evidence, the Maui fire was done on purpose. I took screenshots for you in case Amazon took the book down, and I'll put the screenshots up for you. There must be something to writing a book before you do something, because it seems like the elites always have a book written before they do their evil works. Quick, someone write a book where we defeat these evil people and our world becomes peaceful. The good news is others who found this book, who reviewed it, see it for what it is. I screenshot those too. Maybe this can help the Maui families prove that this was a planned attack. This is disgusting, and blame climate change is ridiculous. Anyone who has been through a fire or a hurricane can clearly see no evidence of that naturally in any place. Like a true serial killer, this author took a picture of the scene of his crime and made a book to celebrate his destruction. I pray to God that justice is served for these people. A book is called Fire and Fury. Kind of funny. It's the same title of a Trump book. Is it really? Amazon is allowing everyone to view it for free. How suspiciously kind of them. Book was published August 10th and fire happened on the 8th. Pretty fast for a book that claims to know why and how it happened. Even giving solutions, and yet investigations haven't even started, but someone was on the island to get pictures of the crime scene. Very close. Obviously didn't stay long enough to jump in the water because it looks like they caught the beginning. Book even claims to have information on the family's fuel. What? Yeah, I doubt that could be true after only 2 days, and they are all in shock. I've been through a small fire, and I was so shaken by the experience, couldn't think or talk clearly for days. All I can say is, wow. I honestly can't express my feelings after seeing this. My prayers go out to all of these Guys, we obviously need to change things at the top. We all matter and don't deserve this kind of end. So here's the pictures of the book, okay? So I hope that you paused, like with some of like the pictures that you can actually read like a few pages of the book, and were actually you read the comments from these people that actually, I mean, said like, what the hell, how could you what the, I mean, I was just dumbfounded how this book was published while the catastrophe was still happening. Books take longer than 2 days to print. Clearly this tragedy and this book detailing it was planned. Unbelievable. Can't even AI can't write, print, and publish a book in 2 days. Do not buy this book. This is at the expense of many lives, mostly children. Insensitive and careless to release this 2 days after the devastation. Climate change is not natural. Clearly the author, or rather parasite, is writing for profit, not informative, hence writing while the tragedy is still unfolding, not knowing a thing about the history of the place, how water had been diverted, large ponds and forests have been cleared. I mean, it's just unbelievable. That's called propaganda. You can't call it top rated, but the actual rating speaks the truth despite what's being pushed by this platform. Unbelievable. So I hope that you guys, like I always say, do your own research when it comes to these types of things. But seriously, this guy, whoever wrote this book, bruh, take this book down. You are sick in the head, man. Either that or you just I'm not even gonna say it. You just incriminated yourself. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.